Most business ideas start quietly, scribbled late at night, full of hope but also uncertainty.
Before quitting your job or raising money, the real question is simple. Does anyone actually want this?
Validation isn't about perfection. It's about learning fast before time and savings disappear. Every strong business starts with a painful problem, not a clever solution.
If the problem isn't real in daily life, the business won't survive contact with reality.
The first step is clarity. Can you explain the problem in one simple sentence?
If it takes 10 minutes to explain, customers won't listen.
Validation begins by defining who feels the pain most, not who you hope will buy.
Look for moments when the problem interrupts real life. That's where urgency lives.
Assumptions feel true in your head. Validation tests them in the real world.
Before building anything, talk to people who already struggle with the problem. Not to pitch, but to listen. Real insights come from their words, not your ideas. If conversations feel uncomfortable, you're probably doing it right.
Early validation is messy, informal, and often humbling.
Patterns matter more than praise. Look for repeated complaints, not compliments.
If people describe the problem without your help, you're onto something.
Validation is progress without commitment. It keeps you flexible.
Only after understanding the pain should you sketch the simplest possible solution.
A simple page or message is often enough to test real interest.
Fast validation isn't about speed alone. It's about learning before it's too late.
Often, early responses matter more than enthusiasm. Silence is feedback too.
If people don't respond, it often means the problem isn't urgent enough.
Many founders mistake politeness for demand. Validation requires honesty.
Pay attention to the exact words people use. That language reveals real pain.
When customers talk more than you, the conversation is working.
Early mistakes aren't failures. They narrow the search for truth.
Validation often means letting go of ideas you once loved.
What doesn't resonate should be removed, no matter how clever it sounds.
Short tests beat long plans. Small signals arrive faster. Validation happens in motion, not in perfect conditions.
Numbers don't need to be big. They need to be consistent. When the same issue appears again and again, it deserves attention.
Doubt is normal here. Validation often challenges your confidence.
Negative feedback feels personal, but it's data, not judgment.
Sometimes validation means discovering the idea is wrong.
Walking away early can save months or even years.
This is the hardest part, deciding what not to build. Clarity improves when you cut away what doesn't matter.
Validation is rarely one round. It's a cycle. Each loop brings you closer to something real, or frees you to move on.
At some point, patterns turn into clarity. The problem sharpens.
This is where confusion fades and focus begins.
Less options often mean better decisions.
Clarity doesn't feel exciting. It feels calm.
Now the goal is not innovation, it's usefulness.
A valid idea solves one problem for one person, clearly.
You don't need a product yet. You need a promise.
The fastest validation tool is a message that asks for time.
Waiting for replies tests patience more than skill.
A response means curiosity. That's the first signal.
When someone gives you time, they're paying attention.
Keep it rough. Polish hides weak ideas.
If you can explain it simply, others can understand it.
A sketch is enough to spark honest reactions.
Watch their reactions. Confusion is a warning sign.
Memory lies. Write everything down while it's fresh.
Real feedback often contradicts your expectations.
This adjustment phase is where ideas earn their shape.
Validation is subtraction, not addition.
When feedback aligns, you feel quiet confidence instead of excitement.
Execution begins quietly, with small actions that test reality every day.
Validation doesn't end with insight. It continues with action.
The goal now is not scale, but proof.
Even one real user can teach more than 100 opinions.
Daily progress keeps doubt from taking over.
Tiny changes reveal what truly matters to users. Pay attention to behavior, not promises.
What people do quietly is more honest than what they say aloud.
Execution turns ideas into something measurable.
Simplicity survives longer than ambition.
Consistent communication builds trust before growth.
Some days feel slow. Progress still happens.
Small wins matter when the path is uncertain.
Execution reveals flaws early, while they're still cheap.
Focus sharpens when distractions are removed.
Validation continues through consistency.
With time, feedback turns into lessons, not surprises. Progress is visible when problems change, not disappear.
Every validated idea carries scars from what didn't work.
Lessons stick when they're written, not remembered.
Patterns matter more than single opinions.
Validation teaches you how to think, not just what to build.
The best lessons come from listening, longer than speaking.
Good founders replace certainty with curiosity.
Confidence grows from understanding, not optimism.
Some ideas must end, so better ones can survive.
Validation points forward, not backward.
Lessons become useful only when they guide action.
Sharing lessons sharpens them.
Distance helps you see what truly mattered.
Early confusion makes later clarity possible.
Experience replaces guessing. Lessons turn into instincts over time. Now, decisions feel lighter and faster.
This is the real result of validation. Clarity you can trust.
Validation doesn't end a journey. It changes how you walk forward.
Now the question shifts from, does it work, to where can this go?
A validated idea earns the right to be planned.
There's less urgency now and more direction.
Long-term thinking starts with knowing what can wait.
Not every opportunity deserves attention.
The first users often shape the future more than markets.
Reflection protects progress from ego.
Confidence doesn't remove doubt. It manages it.
A validated idea allows patience. One clear direction beats many possible futures.
Validation creates space to think clearly. Growth becomes intentional, not reactive. That chapter ends, but its lessons remain.
The future feels less imagined and more earned.
Now it's about building carefully, not quickly.
Big visions survive through small steps.
Validation doesn't guarantee success, It earns you a real chance.
A real idea isn't proven by belief, but by reality.